Hey everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. I have pulled out a mold that I have had for quite a long time, and I bought this because I thought it was super cool, and I never made it, even though I could definitely use this. So this is the jar, and this is one of the lids. I think this is a lid, because it also came with this one, which looks like a mountain range on the top. But I'm not really interested in the mountain range on the top. So if this is a lid, well, I'm going to pour it regardless and see what it is, because I'm assuming it's a lid. And if it's not, then I guess I'll be pouring the lid. But the cool thing about this one is it's stackable. So every time you make this, you can stack it on top of this one. So it's like this stackable storage that you can have in whatever variety you want. So I'm like, that is the coolest thing. And you know, everybody knows we all need more storage for our little bits and pieces that we keep buying, right? So I've had these forever. These are large, big pieces of abalone shell. And I don't do a ton of big stuff, but I checked to see, and these will fit down in the sides. And then I can find some flat ones for the bottom to give it a really pretty pearlescent. So I'm just going to do clear, believe it or not. Can you believe I'm just going to pour clear? I never pour clear. So I'm going, this holds 8, this holds 3. I did not measure this one because I'm not quite going to use it yet. So I'm going to mix up 8 first, because I also want to put some mica. I'm going to do interference violet, Okinawa blue, and fairy dust in Shauna's hand mold today. A little bit of each. She did mail her son's ashes, so I should be getting those pretty soon, because I'm about right here is where I want them. So I'm almost there. And I just want to put a few more tiny little layers in. So I'm going to mix those up in the second pour. So let's get this one done first. Like I said, I'm going to pour 8 ounces in here. I'm going to use my casting resin. This one here. And debubble it. Get it ready. Ready? Let's go. You may have heard me say I'm not putting color in there, but I never said I wasn't putting glitter in there. So I did add some of my crushed crystal. I let this drain in here so I don't waste anything that I don't have to waste. I spread all these little shells out everywhere. I think this is basically going to be pretty simple. I'm just going to pour it in slowly so I don't incorporate any more bubbles. The glitter will hide most of it anyway. And I think I'm going to fill it almost all the way up, because I don't see that these shells are going to take up much space. And I'm then just going to kind of hand place them where they fit without sticking out. This thing can be like 1,000 different ways. You could even put like your extras in it and just build you some storage containers with all your extra resin or something. That would be a cool idea. Maybe I'll do that on my next extras. Although then you guys will not be able to get the hand mold if I do that. So I don't know, I'll think about it. I might do a couple of these just to show you how they work, because I don't even know how they work and I kind of want to see them stacked. All right, so it's up to like here. I hope I didn't put too much in. So I'm just going to look at the shells and make sure this shiny side with the iridescence is pointing out. And I'm just going to start placing them in there. And I'm going to pick and choose because I can, and there's plenty of them. Small and big, flat and not flat. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just gonna kind of, I want them to go everywhere. And I hope I'm not going to like, I might have to drain some of this out. I'm not sure. Let's see if that big one will fit down in there. I'm gonna need a stick. Yep. I'm sure there's incorporating some bubbles, but hopefully they'll degas themselves and come out. Yeah, I've already, I might have to get a syringe out and take some of this resin out because I did pour a little bit too high. And you can see through this mold, so you can see what you're missing where. Because I want it pretty packed full. Without bulging the sides out, of course. So I'll go ahead and speed you up. You can see what I'm doing here. I don't want to bore you to death. I'm trying to concentrate. So I will speed it up for a few seconds. So that was a very sticky job because my fingers were all in that resin, but I think it's going to be prettier than I expected it to be because these in the jar, you know, aren't that pretty because they're kind of dull. But wow, in this resin with the sparkle dust, it looks amazing. I can't wait to demold this one. And it took all but 1 ounce. So this still held 8 ounces and this held like 7.5 ounces. And this held like 2.5 ounces. So it's only a ½ ounce difference. I don't understand how that works because I packed it full of these shells. So if you're going to do this, you're going to need the full amount of resin to do it. All right, I've taken the rest of this interference purple and I'm going to pour it in the hand mold. We might get the rest of these layers in today, and well, for this video I should say, before her ashes show up. We'll see. Kind of spread them in different spots. Let me scrape it out. And I still have about 1 ounce of resin left. So I will be making extras as usual. I don't think a day goes by that I don't make extras. Let's get some up here. I don't want to do too much in one layer because it defeats the purpose of like an extras hand mold that she was going for. So I don't want to just use the resin because I have it. I would rather take the time and just do the extra layers for her. I want to give her as many possible colors as I can in the color scheme that she wanted, which was teals and purples, interference colors, silvers, and black and white. Those were all the colors she wanted. All right, that's done. I'm going to figure out what to do with this and wait till this is cured. Come right back. It's the next day. They are cured, but look what I did with the leftovers, you guys. These had been in here and I had to take them out because they didn't fit right and they were already wet with resin. So I went ahead and stuck this nice shell in here, put a little turtle on there. I think these three are going to end up on eBay. I haven't made up my mind, so check eBay if you are interested in these keychains. These are pretty thick ones, pretty heavy duty ones. This one, same thing, a turtle, little tassel. Like I said, I didn't want to throw all these away. They're already coated in resin. And then one more. I ended up squeezing 3 keychains out of that leftover resin. So that one looks really pretty too. So those are the extras for now. Let's do the lid. I think this is a lid. I don't know. Maybe it's not a lid. I'm not sure. Oh, I got one bubble right there. I could fill that in with UV resin. Other than that, man, I thought I flipped them all over. It's really pretty. Like, really pretty. That resin really brings out the iridescence of these shells. I'm shocked. I didn't think it was going to be that nice. Probably why I haven't used those shells yet, because they don't look that great in the container. Let's get this out. And I'm going to come up with a plan for level 2, just so I could see how they stack. And depending on what they get used for, unless this ends up on eBay, I don't know how many levels I will make. I just don't have counter space. All right, oops. Let's get this out. Oh, wow. That is beautiful. It's got a... Oh, that's the stacking lip. I was going to say that's a pretty wide lip there, but that's the stacking, so you would stack it. So it does need to be trimmed. I over poured just a little bit. Oh, I see. The lid fits, it's supposed to fit on the inside of the box. So it's level with the box. Oh, now I won't be able to get it out. I guess I pushed it in there. Oh no. Let me find something to get this out. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to fill this in. Let me see, I could probably do it right here in front of you. Carefully, because I know I don't have gloves on, but I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to fill this little hole in. Try to get it exactly even. Oh, look at, I have something on my stick here. Needs a little bit more. That's disappointing. One tiny hole. And it basically goes away like that. And I'll grab my little flashlight and cure that. And yeah, I'm gonna come up with a plan for the next one, unless I just do it the same. I'm not sure. I want to give you something a little different. But this is super pretty. All right, I'm gonna get this cured. Hold this here for a few minutes. I'm gonna trim it up and I'll be back when I have my plan together. So I came up with a brilliant plan to go with this one. You know what it is? It's another one exactly like it. I've been like sitting here thinking for like 30 minutes, what can I do that'll go with this and still be pretty? And I just came to the conclusion, you can't get prettier than this. So I'm gonna just make another one to match it. So I mixed up my 8 ounces of resin and I put my sparkle dust in there already. So I'm just gonna pour it in and do the same thing I did on that one because I think it is just stunning. I just love it. I don't even know if you will see this on eBay. I may possibly keep it. I'm not sure. Because I have a lot of like keychain materials on its way and I need a good place to store them. So I might just use this little container. I don't know. You'll have to check my eBay store and see what I came up with. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to stack them down the sides, stack them on the top. It's going to take me probably 20 minutes. So I will go ahead and fast forward you again. I don't need to make the lid this time though because we only need one lid since they stack. All right, see you on the other side. I think this is gonna be gorgeous. So I have like just under an ounce of extra. So I add a little alcohol ink. I'm gonna put it in here. I've already put some glitter in here from some tumblers I was doing a few minutes ago. So that's wet right now. That's got Emerald Ocean in it. And I thought that this acrylic ink would go good with it. It's a teal. It's called teal. So I think I'm just gonna put acrylic ink in here instead of the alcohol ink to kind of go with that Emerald Ocean glitter because I put it at the front and the back. So I'm going to go ahead and just pour this on the 2 sides. And that'll be today's pour. And oops, it's dripping down my side. There we go. Yeah, that'll go good together. Really pretty colors. All right, now I'm going to get this cured and we're going to see the final result of this amazing, beautiful box. I'm going to love it. I know it. Okay, this one's ready to unmold. Let me show you what I did with the extras. So I took the extras, I put some more Emerald Ocean in my butterfly mold. And then I outlined these with silver paint pen and put some rhinestones down the center. And then I outlined these with silver paint pen too, but there were some bubbles around there and I didn't like seeing the bubbles, so I took and just went around the whole thing with the rhinestones to cover up the bubbles. So what do you think about those extras? It's the second time I've used that. It's a pretty cool little mold there. And then for the lid, because you noticed it was pretty tight in there and I had to use a knife to pop it out. So I'm like, I need a handle. What can I use for a handle? So I came up with this idea. So I took some of these shells. I took 4 shells and 1 pearl. I painted them with dragonfly glaze to give it that shimmery look. See the shimmer on there? And then I just took my UV resin, high viscosity, so it would stay where I put it, and my little flashlight, and I just spot did it. So I put the shell down one at a time. I found where it was touching the lid, and I put a spot of resin there and cured it then everywhere, you know, it was touching. So now you can shut the lid, because like I said, it's a tight fit. And maybe it's only, okay, there it goes. So it's in now, and see, it doesn't come off by itself. So I figured you can use that as the handle. All right, let's get this unmolded and see what they look like together. Obviously, it should look the same as that one. I will have to trim the bottom probably so they don't scratch each other when they're stacked. I'm gonna have to go find the, I've had these shells for over a year and I didn't know what to do with them because they were so big. So now I need more of them. Look at that, it is so pretty. I love mother of pearl too. And even some of the wider ones, they fit in there without a problem. Nothing's coming through this one. I don't have anything loose. Let me grab my little file here. Get any of this rough stuff off so it doesn't scratch the other one. Little overpour right there. If you can use a file more than a knife, that's what I would do, because you don't ruin your edges by digging down too far or scratching. That seems good right there on the bottom though. I guess I didn't dome it well enough. If you dome it well enough, you won't have this problem. I'm just gonna wipe it down. Get all that dust off. And hopefully they stack pretty nicely. Oh, they do. Look at that. They fit perfectly. Not too tight, not like the lid. So the lid is tight, which is fine, no problem with that, but you do have to have a way to pull it back off. That's it, you guys. What do you think? Did I make the right choice and do 2 of the same, or should I have done something different? I love it. I don't know if it's linked below. You might want to check the description box if you're interested, but I'm not sure it's going to be there. All right, you guys, I'm going to get you some final pictures. Thanks for hanging out with me today. It's always a pleasure. Talk to you later. Have a blessed night. Bye.